I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence that spring will come again. Besides what you see, I have confidence in me. Sound of Music, love it. Great music from that play/movie. Wonderful. Hi Kate. Hi Jackie. Hi Dawn, you're always there from Maryland. Nice to see you. Nice to see everyone coming in. Shelly. Hi from Knoxville. Yes, I'm back to singing. I lost my confidence because my son gave me a hard time about it. Yeah, I love that song. It's a great song, isn't it? Lyrics and everything. Wonderful. Hi from Tennessee. And let's see where else we have folks from. Last week, I spoke about colds and flus, and we had, Perry, what was the number? 21,000 views. It's very exciting. So I hope that what happens with that is that people are sharing. Please share this information. We want to change the world. So, hi folks, I'm Joette Calabrese. Every Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm here to give you information, to see where everyone's coming from, to answer a few questions here and there, and to teach you from my Materia Medica, which is right here. It's not the only Materia Medica. There are many Materia Medicas. This is a very, what would I say, concise, simple, practical Materia Medica, but you will find many others, and most Materia Medicas are quite good. So you can't go wrong whether you get mine or anyone else's. So let's see where everyone's coming from. Tennessee again. Hello. Hello, Jackie. From Clay, New York. I don't know where Clay, New York is. Isn't that interesting? And I'm from New York, or I'm from Buffalo, so it doesn't sound anywhere near me. Las Vegas. Let's see. Florida. You bet. And I know Christy. Hi, Christy in Florida. South Carolina, Colorado, British Columbia. It's always nice to see people from far, far away. Yes. Hi, Lisa. Oh, yes. Listening to Good Gut, Bad Gut, how things have evolved. Haven't they, Lisa? Lisa's been a student of mine and years ago a client of mine for quite a while. Nice to see your name there. Oregon, that's Dana. Lisa from Louisiana. I used to live in Baton Rouge. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Beautiful area, Michigan. Ovila, Texas. That's, Jelaine, that's pretty. Mississippi. Sorry for going through this. I just think this is so much fun. I love to see it. St. Louis. Chico, California, you bet. Hi, Michelle. Love Chico. I spoke there many years ago. Let's see, Nebraska, Australia. Nice to see you, Maria. From Australia, Syracuse. I'm sure that's from New York. Nadine, Clement, Florida, Michigan. Let's see. I'm not going to read them all. Connecticut, California. New Zealand. Yay. Hi, Barbara from New Zealand. Mexico, Deanna. Nice. North Carolina. It's so much fun to see this. And what's interesting is that, you know, you're watching me live, but through the week, people watch it after it's been up for a while. And that's where we're getting these huge numbers of viewers and participants. And it really is exciting for me. You know, maybe I'm myopic. Maybe I'm been doing this for too long. But this medicine could change the world. And I know it sounds naive. It sounds sophomoric even. But I believe that it could change the world. It could turn people who are very angry to less angry people. It can make those who are suffering suffer less and be able to take on the responsibilities more and take care of their families, so that the nucleus is always held by those around them. We can change animals' lives. We can change friends' lives, our families, of course, and ourselves. And in doing this, it always feels to me, especially when I see where everybody is from, as though we're linked arm in arm across the globe with one very important thing in mind. Actually, two things. One is, if you're a mother or grandmother or a woman, that you understand the importance of caring for your own and that self-reliancy. And number two, passing this on to others so they can do the same. That's Buster, the bad office dog, in case you can't tell who's making all that barking sound. So tonight, we're going to talk about Calcarea florata, or floridicum sometimes it's called. Calcarea, C-A-L-C-A-R-E-A. And the second word is F-L-U-O-R. It's often abbreviated with just F-L-U-O-R, but it's florata. And that's the full word, F-L-U-O-R-A-T-A. And this is the medicine of wrinkles. So it's a medicine that has to do with stretchability. Too much stretchability or not enough stretchability. So it's not, remember, homeopathy is not manipulative. We're not going to force the body to do something. We're going to stimulate the body's natural ability to make the correction so that if it's needed, that wrinkles, that something is too tight and causing brittleness, or is too elastic and is causing pendulousness, if that's such a word, then it's going to make the correction. How correct will it make it? In other words, how well will it take care of wrinkles? We don't know. Depends on the person. Perhaps depends on their diet as well. Depends on their stress. Depends on how many drugs they're taking. Or if they're not taking drugs now, perhaps drugs that have caused these problems in the past. But it's the quintessential medicine for women. Can be useful for men too, there's no doubt about it. But let me tell you why I think it's so important for women. Because we women are not like men where they stay pretty much the same. Their physique pretty much stays the same, of course, unless they're eating too much later in life. But we stretch. We get pregnant and everything stretches out. The tendons, the muscles, the uterus, of course, the skin, everything is stretched out, and the breasts get very large. We have to stretch to open up to birth our babies. Then what happens? This next day, or even that very day, we start going down and down and down and down and down and down. Then the breasts get full of milk, and now they're very large, and we are nursing for however long we nurse. Then the next baby comes, and guess what we do again? We stretch. The abdomen, the uterus, the ass, everything, just the birth canal, everything stretches to the point where we wonder if there's even any room left. And so because we're always stretching and then receding and stretching and receding, stretch marks, it's a great medicine for stretch marks. It's a great medicine for when we've gained weight from all of this, and then when we lose the weight, the face looks too sucked in or too wrinkly, and every little wrinkle shows. But also around pregnancy, it's a great medicine because when we're pregnant and nursing, the baby takes away many of our nutrients and it sucks away our calcium. And so teeth can start chipping after a few pregnancies and nursing. So our teeth can become, translucent, or chip, or crack. They become decalcified. Our teeth become decalcified. So it's very important for teeth, for nails, for hair that breaks too easily, nails that chip too readily, skin that cracks. So it's also for after having given birth to these babies and years later we're going through or have gone through menopause. It's for pendulous breasts. It's for an abdomen that sags. It's for buttocks that sags, skin that sags under the arms. It has a lot to do with sagging, stretching too much. The gravity is grabbing it too deep, too profoundly. So wrinkles, stretch marks, cracks, chipped teeth. When my first son was a little guy, when I was pregnant with him, I did not take cell salts. And calc fluor is a cell salt. I didn't know enough to do that. And whether this was the reason or not, this is what happened. He was born, and I think he was about 3 years old. I was putting a sweater over him that I had made. I had knitted it, and I made it too small. But I was bound and determined to get that sweater on. And I forced it over his head. And I was trying to get his arm through, and I put my hand up the sleeve to get his hand and to pull it through the sleeve. And I did not exert any great pressure. It was very little. And the ligament let go, and his shoulder popped out. And of course, he started screaming. It was very painful. And I've always said I never took my kids to doctors, but you know what? That time I'd forgotten about that. My husband took him to, was it a nurse practitioner? We took him somewhere because we didn't know how to pop it back in. Maybe that was a chiropractor. I don't remember now. It was about, 29 years ago. And so whoever did it popped it right back in place again. And instantly the pain was gone. That's a need for calcarea fluoridicum or Florica. That is a need that I should have probably been taking it all during the pregnancy that would have given that to him as well. Now, not more than a year later, believe it or not, I fell on him. And it wasn't very far. I was on the floor and I was getting up, and I don't know, I lost my balance or something, and I fell on him. And it wasn't even, again, very hard. And his arm popped out of place again. But this time we knew what to do. And we just kind of pushed it back up and popped it back in like one of those old dolls that had the string that was going across. That's the only thing I could think of at the time. So it was clear to me that he needed calc fluor, and I started to give it to him on a regular basis. And I think it was a very, very good choice because we never saw that again. He lifts weights now. He tells me that if he got something directly in front of me, if he overdoes it with the weights, if he pushes too hard, he can feel it in that shoulder, but nothing of any consequence. So limbs that pull out of joint, and it's very specific for, that's too much stretchability. That joint should have stayed intact. And you can see the same thing in the same, or two things in the same person. You can see that they have cracking fingernails, the heels of their of their feet are cracking, and in addition to that, they also have loose joints, or they have pendulous breasts, or et cetera, et cetera. So it's a great medicine during pregnancy and all during nursing, and it's best used in a 12X for that. And in that case, I always teach folks to use calc fluor 12X twice daily, unless there's a justification because there is already a condition that you might use it 3 times daily during pregnancy and nursing time. What's interesting is that I am developing right now, I've been working on this for some time, a cream that I've used. I've mixed homeopathic medicines together. This is one of the ingredients. I'm going to be using many other ingredients, those that I've been studying for a long time. And I started to develop this idea of coming up with a wrinkle cream, a beauty cream, when I was younger, and I didn't have any wrinkles yet. So as they started developing, I've become a little bit more persistent in my pursuit of getting this product made properly. And I am working with a pharmacy right now. I don't know how long it'll be before it comes to fruition, but I am looking forward to it. And when it comes around and it's available, I will let you all know about my wrinkle cream. But that is one of the homeopathic medicines that will likely be included in it because it's very good for wrinkles. Now, I've actually had people tell me, I've got a little hair here, tell me that they have used Calc-Flor on my recommendation, and indeed it did help their wrinkles. Now, they took it orally, and I'm going to suggest that that is indeed something that can be very valuable to take it orally. And again, it's usually used in a 12X, whether it's for nursing, pregnancy, wrinkles, or whatever it might be. Now, having said that, don't take it unless you have something going on. The only time you would take it as a prophylactic would be during pregnancy and perhaps nursing, because we know it's one of the main medicines for that. But when it comes to, I don't want to develop wrinkles, it's not a bad idea if you can find the rationale that shows that indeed I really need this medicine for my skin because I have cracked heels, or my teeth are translucent, or my nails are chipping, or my hair is breaking, etc. If you can come up with those, or one of those that is profound enough, then by all means use it, and it will also help prevent wrinkles as well. Good one, isn't it, ladies? I know, I see all the hearts. You bet. I love it too. I love it too. So, so connective tissue problems, weaknesses in injuries. It's abnormally mobile joints, as I said. Receding gums. Why? Because it's the stretchability is not there. It should be nice and strong and holding in the teeth. Hardening of glands. So that hardening is it's not supple enough. Glands that are hardened. Limpness in the ligaments, and even, believe it or not, a hunchback. Look at all these hearts. I love it. You ladies are loving this too. All right. Anything associated with menopause, sometimes even dizziness, uterine cramps, it can be useful. I don't jump on it for that, but it can be useful for that. Let's see, receding gums, and even, how about this, ladies? Impaired memory. It's not the first medicine I think of for an impaired memory. I have lots of others that I like to choose first. There's some Banerjee protocols, and I teach that in mindful homeopathy for memory that's off. But Calc-Flor is still in there. And you might find that if you're using it because of all these other conditions you may have, that the memory increases. Let's see if I've missed anything. Cracked teeth, vision problems also can be covered in this as well. So basically what we're talking about is aging of sorts, isn't it? It's about aging. And we've been talking about putting together a course called, I know I love doing this, making a new word from two words, boomeropathy. So for homeopathy for baby boomers. And there's no doubt Calc-Flor is going to be examined very thoroughly in that course, plus many others, those for arthritis, et cetera, insomnia, and all of that, hormonal issues. So we like it in a 12th potency. You can buy it in a 6 or a 30 or a 200, but I like it best in 12. Doesn't mean other potencies don't act. It's just that my experience in my 30-some years of using homeopathy, 12 is excellent. Now, Highland sells Calc-Flor. I believe it's in a 6. Still good. You can use it up. Meanwhile, order your 12 and get it that way, because I believe it's a little bit more valuable that way. Oh, Lisa said that she had 0 stretch marks by using it during her pregnancy. My second and third pregnancies, I used it daily and into all of my nursing, and I also had no stretch marks. But I don't know if that just happens to be me. I was never someone who was prone to that, so I was one of those lucky ones in that regard. And let's see, what potency? Okay, I gave you the potency and frequency. Let's see what questions we have coming up here. Yes, what about people who can't hold chiropractic adjustments? That is certainly one of them. It's not my number one. It's not my number one. I like Roostox for that as well. But yes, it could be. If Roostox doesn't make the difference, then by all means, Calc-Flor. Good point. Glad you brought that up. Could this help in Ehlers-Danlos genetic disorder? I believe it can, but I think you're going to need more than just this. when the more extreme something is, the more likely you're going to need perhaps something that's a little more heavy duty. Okay. And let's see. What about psoriasis? Well, because of the cracking in psoriasis, psoriasis is usually plaques. It certainly could be an adjunct, but we have medicines that are much more powerful for psoriasis than this. Thank you. I don't look my age. Thank you very much. Yes, you're looking forward to the ointment. Okay, what was the name of the book that you showed in the beginning? It must have been My Materia Medica. And this is available on my website. It's My Materia Medica, and it's an anthology of homeopathic medicines. And we are now in the C's. We started with A, and we've got a lot of C's to go through, but I plan on going through the entire Materia Medica. Varicose veins, yes, varicose veins is another one. Thank you very much for bringing that up. It can be used for varicose veins. Again, it's not my number one medicine for varicose veins. We've got some that are much more targeted, but if there are other conditions that lead you to believe this whole picture is all put together with calc floor, it's screaming calc floor, cracked skin, cracked nails, chipping teeth, hair that's lost its elasticity, joints that come out of limbs that come out of joint, etc., then I would definitely give it a try. Most definitely. Don't expect it to act like an acute, ladies and gents. It is something that's going to take time, and it's going to be slow and steady. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Can't wait. Glad to hear it. Yeah, boomeropathy. I know, Wanda. I can't wait to do it. We can't move fast enough. I want to teach so much of this stuff. Can you speak to the possibility of proving cell salts? Yes, you can certainly prove a cell salt. It's just like any other homeopathic medicine. If you take it and it is incorrect, it will likely prove. No big deal. Don't worry about proving, folks. You just stop the medicine. Don't use it anymore. If you must, you can always use camphor, sniff mint, essential oil, and it will stop the action pretty quickly. All right, 12C. Yeah, 12C will work. I like X better, to be honest. And if we have 30X, should we no, I would not use it 30X instead of 12X. No, I would not do it. Unless you have a specific reason for doing so. But from what I'm describing tonight, I would use the 12. All righty. This is awesome. I'm so glad you think. Yes, you may use this medicine, this cell salt with others. So the question is from Martha, can you use it with silica? And can you also use it with calc fluor? Yes, we may. What I love about cell salts is that people have a little more confidence about using them all together because they're familiar generally with bioplasma, which is all 12 cell salts mixed together. We won't get into cell salts quite yet, but at some point I will start to teach a little bit about cell salts. If you're more interested in them, then we have them in Gateway 2. I cover it a little more thoroughly, and I also have a CD on cell salts. It's a double CD. Is there a difference in the remedy produced as a cell salt versus a homeopathic remedy? Cell salt is just a homeopathic medicine, just a subcategory. That's all it is. So it's made in precisely the same way. It's used for dental issues, you bet. Cavities, it's not, and decay, yes, it can be. But there are better medicines for that. Yes, absolutely. I am left with many spider veins after having 3 kids. I'm thinking of doing sclerotherapy. What homeopathic remedy can I use and how often to take? I just discussed that. I certainly would use that. And then, when you want to know what's the remedy for, and it's not something I'm teaching tonight, this is what you do with your browser. Joette Calabrese spider veins. Joette Calabrese otitis media. Joette Calabrese painful menses. That's the way to do it. You don't even have to go to my blog because I've written for so many other bloggers, and I have that articles that I write for Wise Traditions. It's a column that I've been authoring for 10 years now. You'll find lots and lots of information that I put out there. So, okay, yes, as soon as possible, yes. Cracked nails correlate to helping with nail biting. Well, I don't know that nail biting has anything to do with it, but do you ship to Australia? We do ship Materia Medicas too. We ship our courses. Everything is shipped, yes, all over the world. Yes, we do. And let's see, many thanks. And some people have lost connection here. Okay. Trying to heal one of my son and a friend, and all I've seen referenced is the cell salts, Kelp Flora and Kelp Fast. You bet. Absolutely. I've talked about, if you look up dental issues and growth in children, you'll find other uses for Kelp Flora as well. So I wanted just to get you a very basic idea. I mean, when I look at what I've given you in my, or what I've written in my Kelp Flora section, it starts down here, and then it goes to this page, and then partially in this page. And so it's not very much in depth. It's just enough for you to be able to, for you folks, to be able to use this yourself. Materia Medica. So love you all. It's wonderful to see you. I have to dash off. I'm about to teach a class, an online class, which, by the way, so that you know, for those of you who haven't done this, it is a gateway class. And what they've done is they've met for 8 weeks studying my curriculum. And now they, at the end of the 8 weeks, they get to ask the questions that have arisen, and I meet with them just like this on Zoom or sometimes on Skype, and they're from all over the world. I do about two or three a week of these, and sometimes they're people from New Zealand and Australia, South America, many countries in South America, and of course all over the US and Canada. So should you be interested, I urge you, it's very inexpensive to join one of those study groups, folks. So I leave you with that. I wish you a great evening if you are in a part of the world where it's evening, and a good morning if you're on the other end of the globe. And God bless you all. See you next week. Bye, folks.